Hey guys, I'm Nicole Robbins, and this is the Glia Gal community where we talk about self-development, spirituality, law of attraction, and much, much more. And today I want to touch on the idea of seeking approval. What are you seeking approval for? And I really started to think about this because obviously, or as some of you may know, my life has changed immensely. And I started to ask the question of, why am I doing the certain things that I'm doing? Why am I doing this job? Why do I feel stressed that I need to fulfill certain aspects, maybe such as like finishing school or getting a credential or getting certified in something? Why do I feel this need to have to do this? I feel stressed that these things aren't done, but in my heart, I genuinely just don't give a shit. And I started to realize I only am worried about those things because it would give me, it's a false sense of approval, essentially. And I know that if I were to have a degree in something, or if I were to have my teaching credential, if I were to be certified in something, that maybe I would get approval from an outside source, or from my parents, or from a friend, or from whoever's listening. It almost makes it feel like maybe my words would be more valid if I had a certificate behind it. And it's funny because that only holds true if you believe it. We as human beings, we give those pieces of paper, those letters behind your name, value. We do that. We make that up. We make it a thing. How many people have you talked to who are certified or have a degree in something, and you start to realize, like, yeah, you might have a degree in that, but it doesn't make you necessarily more knowledgeable. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are smarter or better than whoever else. That's not true. But we, as a society, have made that true. And I just want you to go in and realize that seeking those approvals from other people is not going to bring you happiness. Just because society has told you that you will be happier, or you will get here, or you will be successful once you do this, this, and this, doesn't make it true. You are the creator of your own reality. You have to decide what's true in your heart. And once you decide what's true in your heart, you can make that your reality. You don't have to live by the rules, which is like the most profound thing. It's like, it's just funny to me because I'm going to be completely honest. I've never lived by the rules. Drove my mom crazy. Sorry, Mom. But I just didn't get it. It's like there's just certain things where I'm like, it doesn't make sense. Like in my heart, like I don't want to do that. So why would I do that? Like, oh, I have to get a degree so I can be successful? How many people do you know who have a degree and aren't necessarily successful? And I don't even mean being successful in essence of money. I mean in the idea of happiness, peace within their heart. How many people do you know have degrees or have made it and have a lot of money and all of this success, but they're miserable? Absolutely miserable. Why? Because they're seeking approval from an outside source. They're not living true to themselves. And I think once you realize that you don't need approval from somebody else, not from your parents, not from your family, not from your friends, you need approval within yourself. And when you have approval from yourself, you start to show up in a different light. And all of that success, all of that happiness, it's actually better than success. you end up figuring out that success to you means genuinely being happy, genuinely being at peace with your decisions, knowing that you're doing things for you and not for the approval of somebody else. And I think it's time to get real with ourselves and really sit and figure out, what are we doing? Are we truthfully going through the motions and just going through the day to day because we feel like we have to? Are we just showing up into our cubicle because we feel like we have to do that to get to where we need to go? Or are we genuinely doing it because that's what we want to be doing? I think the idea of life has been lost, which is so crazy to me that it's even gotten this far, that we have grown accustomed to living the 9 to 5, that we've grown accustomed that we have to work in order to live. Like, that doesn't make sense. We're supposed to be alive. We're supposed to live our lives. Live. Live doesn't mean sitting in a cubicle 9 to 5. Living means doing the things that set your soul on fire. The things that bring you peace, the things that bring you joy, the things that make you want to get up and dance. That's living. Sitting at the beach and putting your toes in the sand, enjoying tea or a cup of coffee with a friend, connecting, cooking, partying. And I don't mean like crazy college partying. I mean gatherings, events, socializing. I know that seems unheard of at this point in time, but that's what our soul craves. That's living. I think it's our job now to redefine what living is. This is our shot. And I want everyone right now to take what is going on around us as an opportunity. Let's shift this. Let's make this something positive. I think we're all starting to realize, and I think a lot of businesses are starting to see this, you can work from home quite easily with this blessing of technology. You can be with your family more. You can take lunch breaks and go sit with a friend for an hour without being tied to an office or a chair. That's glorious. That's amazing that we are coming to that realization. And I think this is a start to something new, a new way of life, a new way of living, which is really, I think, our internal way of actually living. This is what we need. We're not just here to go to work and then to die. That's not why we're here. We're on this earth to go through life lessons and soul lessons and to learn to connect on a deeper level. Thor agrees. Hey, now he's zooming into my face. There you go. It's true. And I want everyone to live from their heart and to be happy, to wake up excited for the day. Life is meant to be enjoyed. And I know I always say that, but it's true. And for some reason, it's so easy to forget that. And it shouldn't be. That should be your number one priority. To be living in a joyful place as much as possible. And it doesn't mean that there won't be hardships. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have to work. It doesn't mean that things are always going to be easy. But it does mean that you have complete control of how you look at the situation and how you conduct yourself. And the way you conduct yourself is how others are going to treat you. I appreciate every single one of you. I apologize for my kitty just being crazy. He's still a kitten. But I appreciate every single one of you. I'm sending you love and light. Always, please like and subscribe. Share with a friend who can relate to this. And I will talk with you soon. And how your surroundings and your outward reality is going to start showing up for you. Okay, Thor. Thank you. Anyways,